There are a lot of people out there doing movie reactions and music reactions. Some of them are very good at it, and others not so much. But one thing most of them have in common is that they tend to spend most of their time doing pretty contemporary, already well-known to most generations, movies and music. And they're overlooking a heck of a lot, and they don't know it. Or I hope they don't know it. I hate to think that they would know what they're missing and still not watching it or sharing it. And I really don't have the time, energy, or inclination to go to every web page or Patreon page and try to get attention or pay for attention so that they might watch one or two of the movies I suggest. And then it occurred to me, if we can have reaction videos, then let's get meta and have videos about movies to react to. So I will be making videos that are my suggestions of ones that have been overlooked. Classics, cult favorites, guilty pleasures. We'll see what I can come up with, because I've been around long enough to have seen more than a few. And even I don't expect the reactors to discover and flock to my channel. But if you're watching this, you found me. And if you like something on the list or like the channel and mention it, then maybe we can spread the word and get some of these movies and music the notice that I think they deserve. With your help, maybe we can make a difference. And now, a movie list. I'll admit that not every Cary Grant movie is a classic. However, they're just about all good watches. Although I will say, as far as I'm concerned, you can give a miss to Mr. Blandings Builds His Dream House. So it's tough to cut this list down. Probably the longest list I'll do for just about any actor. Cut it to 11 movies. I'm starting with the oldest, His Girl Friday. Main thing, make sure that you are fully caffeinated before you watch this movie, because it's the fastest dialogue you're ever going to listen to. And usually two people, maybe three, talking over top of one another. A couple of quotes. Divorce doesn't mean anything nowadays. It's just a few words mumbled over you by a judge. And, Walter, you're wonderful in a loathsome sort of way. Next up, Philadelphia Story, which is one of the best movies ever made. Later remade as a musical, High Society, not as good, worth watching. We've got Old Money, New Money, and No Money all get together in a class clash, and yet the movie is really not about class at all. Quotes. To hardly know him is to know him well. I'd make you most unhappy, most, or at least I would try to. It's a close quote. I screwed it up a little. You'll have to go watch the movie to get it right. Arsenic and Old Lace, and a few people have responded to this movie when they're doing Halloween. Not nearly enough, and it doesn't need to be saved for Halloween. It is not a murder mystery, it is a murder comedy. And the lessons include never trust sweet old ladies and never peek in the window seat. Quotes. Insanity runs in my family. It practically gallops. And for some reason, that quote really strikes me personally. The Bishop's Wife was later remade as The Preacher's Wife, I cannot really comment fully on the remake because I have hated the parts I've seen so much, I have not watched the rest. The original, classic indeed. Let's see. Be careful what you wish for. That's really a theme. And sometimes, Henry, angels must rush in where fools fear to tread. And that quote only means something if you know the original quote that they're playing with, but hey, go find out. To Catch a Thief has gotten a little bit of attention. It's Hitchcock with a lighter than usual touch, still plenty of tension. We'd have caught you if my dress hadn't gotten caught in the gear shift. And The Man I Want doesn't have a price. That eliminates me. An Affair to Remember is the movie you see playing in Sleepless in Seattle, and Sleepless in Seattle will likely be on my list of movies that don't get enough doesn't get enough reactions, and movies that don't get enough reactions. Winter Must Be Cold for those with no warm memories. Yes, you will need tissues. There's also humor and a satisfying ending. Whether it is a happy ending or not, I will not say. Indiscreet. Go listen to the song Fooled Around and Fell in Love and you'll know a lot about this movie. I think an ex-suitor who doesn't realize he's an ex-suitor and doesn't stay exed is the most despicable kind of human being. I'd tell him so to his face. He's taller than you. Houseboat. It's a leaky, broken down, soggy derelict that'll probably sink and dump us all in the river. But I wouldn't think of living any other place. Operation Petticoat, one of several war comedies that Cary Grant did. In confusion, there's profit. Charade, later remade, slightly different name. Screw the remake. They messed up the story and it's pretty much criminal what they did to it. Go watch the original. Better cast, better story, better psychology. And lesson, it is better to shower in your suit and tie than it is to take a bath. Quote, all right, get set for the story of my life. Fiction or nonfiction? And Father Goose, which could be subtitled Goody Two-Shoes and the Filthy Beast Meet the Seven Dwarves. Quote, Mr. Eklund is a rude, foul-mouthed, drunken, filthy beast. And it's a comedy. That's what I narrowed it down to. I didn't even include Notorious or several others. But you could do an entire reaction channel on Cary Grant movies. Hope you like the list if you've seen the movies. And if you haven't seen the movies, maybe go watch them, or at least look up a few more quotes, and then maybe that will get you to watch them. I'll be doing more lists, and I hope you'll be watching and listening. See you then. And now I have to turn the air conditioner back on because it is too hot, but the air conditioner is too loud.